Hey guys, this guy's on 10 here, the original demo disc player before they decided to give an abbreviation when it was just called what it was called. I hope everyone's doing alright and everything. Now, guys, we have got a monumental week in Grand Theft Auto Online. Rockstar have gone and dropped 5x LSCM reputation, and that is all across the board on every single thing you can get LSCM rep from. Last year, exactly this month last year, they did 3x. They've never done 5x. So if you do want to get to level 1000, you might want to take advantage of this week. You can do a lot of things this week to be getting reputation points. Pretty much, I can say anything that gives it is going to be 5 times the amount. So kind of things you might want to keep in mind, guys. There's certain things you can do every single day, just once a day, to get a one-time bonus. And these things are: attend the car meet. So if you attend the car meet, just attend the car meet, you're going to get 50 reputation points. But this week, you're going to get 250 just for going in there. And like I say, that won't be giving you that until another 24 hours later, which is going to be around 6 a.m. the UK time. It resets. So yeah, keep that in mind. Also, if you bring a personal vehicle in there, that's going to be another 50. So that's going to be 250. That resets in 24 hours. And then you're going to have, whenever inside the car meets wearing clothing, you would actually get, like, that's LSCM merch that you can get from the store. You're going to get 20 reputation points. You'll be getting 100 every single 4 minutes. Whether you're in there for 24 hours or not, it's just every single 4 minutes you're going to be getting 100 rep. So you can AFK in there and whatnot. Purchasing the clothing, so if you actually have any clothing to unlock, that's also going to be 5x. That's usually 25. So you're going to be getting 125 rep per piece of clothing that you purchase. That is from the LS car meet. Also, modifying a car in the car meet is usually 50 rep, and it has a 24-hour cooldown on it. You're going to get 250 for that. Enter the test track with a personal vehicle. So now you want to bring your personal vehicle into the test track, and then you're going to actually get 75 reputation points. So times that by 5, that's going to be 375 rep just for entering the test track with your personal vehicle. Also, test drive one of the cars that are inside of the car meet, and you will get 50 reputation points. Times that by 5, that's going to be 250. Like I say, all of these things got a 24-hour cooldown. Do this every single day when you start up the game. Now, once you're inside of the test track with your personal vehicle, you can do a time trial. That's going to be 50 reputation points times 5, 250. You can do that over and over again. And the other thing is you can do a head-to-head and a scramble. Now, these things, guys, the first time you do them, you're going to get 75. So for both of those, like one for the head-to-head and one for the scramble, that's going to be 375 reputation points for each of those for the first time you do them of the day. And so that's a nice 375 times 2. And you need another player to do the head-to-head and the scramble. The time trial, you don't. But once you've done the head-to-head and the scramble, you can actually do them over and over and over again. But you're going to be getting 50 rep each time, so 250 rep. This is a method that you can be doing. You just need either an alt or a friend to do this with. You can do this up to 4 players. And you can just keep doing them, because there is a little 2-minute cooldown on when you do a head-to-head or a scramble. But once you do that, if your friend then invites you, that bypasses the cooldown, and then you run the head-to-head and the scramble again, and then your cooldown will be called down, then you invite them to it again. So you can just keep doing that over and over again, and you're just going to be getting 50 rep times 5, so 250 rep every single minute. The head-to-head takes about 30 seconds. The scramble takes about, I don't know, 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes, something like that. So you can just keep doing that. That is a viable method. In fact, that's actually better, believe it or not, than doing the auto shop contracts. So you can run that, and also because you're inside of the LSCM, you're actually going to be getting the 20 times 5 reputation points whilst you're doing the head-to-heads and the scrambles, you're going to be getting 100 rep every 4 minutes because you're wearing the LSCM merch. Now, whilst we're on that subject of wearing LSCM merch and staying inside of the LSCM and getting nothing but LSCM just for AFKing there, here's a little bone I will chuck you guys. Now, if you are trying to level up and you're quite a low level, before the event ends on Thursday, you can hold on to the event week for another week if you just stay AFK in the car meet and do not turn off your console or PC or whatever. Just stay in there. You can actually hold on to this for another 2 weeks if you wanted to. We know people that did this last time when it was 3x. It does work. We know that for a fact. You just have to stay in there before it changes, and you can hold on to 5x for an entire another week just AFKing. And AFKing, guys, in about 8 hours, you go up about 10 levels this week whilst it's 5x. If it wasn't 5x, it's like 2 levels. So yes, 10 levels over 8 hours is very, very good. And then you want to times that by 24 hours, it's like 30 levels. So yeah. Now, good solo method is also doing the client car method, where you can infinitely sell these cars and keep the car, basically. So you go over to your auto shop, you sell the client car after customizing it and whatnot, put all the fastest upgrades on it, bring it to the client, and then once you've sold it, the second you've delivered it into the yellow Corona, quickly change session, invite only session back to your auto shop, and you will see that the car is actually still there and you actually did get the rep. And this week it is 250 rep, because it's usually 50 rep, but now it is going to be 250 each car, and then that takes like a minute each time selling a car, sometimes a bit longer than that. So you can do that completely solo. By the time you've sold 4 cars, you've got 1,000 reputation points, and you've pretty much leveled up. You just have to then sell 1 more, and then you will level up, and then the next time you sell 4 cars, you will level up again. So that's a good solo method. The other solo method you can obviously do is the contracts, which is the most fun. You can do this by setting them up, and you can do the final solo. So when you do the setups, it's going to be 250 reputation points per setup. So if there's 2 setups, that's 500 reputation points. Then you're actually going to get 1,000 reputation points for the final, because it's usually 200. So times that by 5, you got 1,000 reputation points for doing the final. Also, guys, if you want to do these contracts, you can just find them on the phone. So if somebody's already set them up and they're looking for somebody to join, like a random, you can join as the random and just jump straight into the final. The only problem with this is, over time, this is actually going to be annoying, because you're going to have a lot of finals where it's just not going to be able to be finished. These random guys that set these up also set up the worst ones that you don't even want to do, like the data contract, for example, and the super dollar deal and all that sort of stuff. So I recommend just setting them up yourself and just doing them solo, so that way you can pick the ones that you actually like. And finally, guys, we've got the best thing that you can be doing this week in Grand Theft Auto Online to be earning LS Car Meet reputation, and that is the drift and the drag races. Now, shout out to Square Root of Pi for creating a drag race just the other day when he found out that this was going to be 5x. So you can run this race right here, guys. It's got a boost on the floor, so it just brings you to the finish line. Make sure you at least shift once to make sure you actually do get the drift points, because if you don't, you won't get any. And the more players you play this with, the more rep you're going to be getting, and you want to be playing this with at least 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 players, and you'll be getting more and more rep, and it's 5x. Now, the drift races is actually 6x if you have GTA Plus, and that is actually going to be a little bit more reputation because of the 6x. And the only thing is, like with the drag races, they are a little bit faster in some way, because you can put it on to up to 7 rounds. So that means like somebody has to win 7 rounds for it to end. So you have one person win 6, the other person then wins 7, and then that ends. So it's actually 13 rounds, and there's like hardly any loading in between the rounds. Now with the drift races, you have to put them in a playlist, or you just have to do them one at a time, and then there's like picking your car and all that sort of stuff in between. So it is a little bit longer, but it is 6x. So you have to put them both together and test them out, guys, and see which ones you like the most. And we're going to link all of these jobs down below, PlayStation 5 versions. And we actually do have a PC version of the grind race as well, the drift race. So yeah, guys, that is all of the things you can be doing this week in Grand Theft Auto Online to be getting LS Car Meet reputation. I'm going to be hitting level 1,000 this week. I will do it on stream. Most of it I'm just going to AFK it, because Resident Evil 9 comes out today, and I'm going to be playing that. So, yeah, guys, if you found this helpful, make sure you drop a like on the video and subscribe if you are not subscribed, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any more GTA videos like this one. Have a lovely day, Godspeed. We'll see you in the next one, and peace out.